All right, we're gonna try a cool new way to capture this game. I'm gonna see if how this works. All right, so here we are. Will serving first at 0-0-2. Goes to Chuck. Chuck just flips it into the net. First unforced error of the day. All right. Side out. Revy. We're gonna put this at half speed so we can see what happens here. Nice shot to Tom. Nice keeping him back. Revy hits it a little high on his return, and then boom, Will puts it away. Good job, Will. Okay, Tom's serve is going to fast forward this a couple seconds. Here we go.
I mean, I put a little spin, but it seemed like it skidded.
Let's just keep moving through this. All right, let's go half speed. This is a more interesting point. Okay, let's back this up a little bit. Okay. So Tom's serving. Goes okay. Now Chuck's hit is a little high and not deep. It's right in the middle. That allows Tom to put a little pressure, right? He hits it. Chuck gets it just over the net and actually puts it in a pretty good spot. This is to Revy's backhand, which gives Revy, see, Revy's a little out of position there. He actually pops it up, and Will is going for the put away here, which he unfortunately missed. So it was a good progression all around. So let's see. Tom should be at 102. Okay. Nice serve. Will hits a nice slice. He gets a drive, so Revy drives it back to Will. Will shot's a little high, which allows Tom to come down on the ball somewhat fast. And yeah, that's what created the a little bit hard of a shot. You know, Will was on his backhand, so let's back it up and just see what happened again. Where did this start? Will slices to the middle. Okay, fine. Revy has a drive. That drive created a pop-up, and Tom was already kind of in the no man's land, but in a good position to then hit it with some force to Will's backhand, causing the error. I would say that's a forced error. All right, here we go. All right, Tom serving 202. Chuck hits, you know, not a great return, you know, a middling return. Okay, fine. Tom comes over though. Now look, nobody's over here. Nobody's on the left side of the court. So, you know, Chuck did see that. Unfortunately, the ball was, you know, the drop right here was too good. I couldn't hit it in the air, but I still got it to the left. So that's fine. Okay, so now they got back. It was a switch. Revy then hits it, and it's out. So actually, what happened here was probably the error was that not that Tom went over. I guess that's fine, but that Tom didn't get back. Tom kept his momentum going, didn't get back. And therefore their team was out of position, which caused an easy just lobbing shot right to the middle, caused Revy to miss left. I hope this analysis is good. I don't know. Let's see. All right, so it's side out. Will serves. Slow it down again. So Will serves. Good serve. Low. Just over the net. Revy hits it back to a good spot, actually. So let's look at this again. If this will play. Here we go. Oh. Okay, so Revy's hitting this And actually, that's an optimal spot. You know, they always teach you hit it to the backhand of the server position. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see. So now this looks like a drop shot. It's a little bit, you know, it's a little far for the drop, which allowed Revy to catch that in the air. So let's just back it up a little bit here, if we can. Okay, so a bit high allows Revy to catch it a little in the air, puts it right at the backhand, looks like a back corner, and that, I guess Chuck just wasn't prepared to take that. I think Chuck should have been a little bit more back, actually, and not, let's see, the position was, so Chuck was actually in front of the baseline. So if Chuck would have been a little more back, that would have been, I think that would have been gettable. So that was the error. Stay back on your return of serve. All right. So now we're at 0-2-2. Okay. Serves to Tom. Tom hits again. You know, this is a great position right here. And if you notice, because this is actually pretty interesting. So look where the ball's landing. So Will is already. So I want to see who would be the right person to get this ball. And now the ball is going towards Chuck. It's also, you know, it is on Will's side of the court when it drops, but look where Will is. Will is over here, leaving this whole side of the court empty, whereas it was actually Chuck's forehand. And let's see where it drops. Okay, it did drop maybe a foot or so to the left of that middle line. Nice drive. Yeah, really nice drive, but driving it to Tom's forehand, if it, you know, that's pretty risky with this whole space open and Will over there. Also, that theoretically would be Will's backhand. By Will taking it on the forehand, that more so left the court wide open. Luckily, Tom hit it right to where Will was standing with a good amount of force that caused the pop-up. And that's an easy put away for Revy. So again, let's just watch this point again. There's a lot going on here. And instead of the backhand or having Chuck take it, and then this may be a little far, but I think Will's backhand could have taken this with a nice drop over to this area potentially. But instead, it was a smash or a drive, third shot drive, fine. There was actually a pop-up, a little bit of a pop-up, so it wasn't a bad idea, I think, to do that drive there because Will was so close. But now we're going to Will's backhand, which seems like it's popping things up early in this game because it happened earlier, and now that's it. Okay. Side out. 2-0. Okay. Oops. We got a return to serve that. So this return to serve is maybe on the weaker side now because it is quite up in the court. Let's just see if we can figure out how that happened. Okay, so good serve. You know, just a nice serve. And it's fine. Revy with his drive. So this is the third shot drive. It goes just over the net, and it's coming down hard. So Chuck took it here, which means not a lot of chance to come down on the ball. It's a really nice drive, but that was set up from a weak return. But okay, that's a good reset or banger defense, because the ball got low. Okay, so ball got low. Rebby was in blaster mode and wasn't ready to, you know, put the child gloves back on. So, all right, let's go.
0-2.
0-2-2. Okay. Again, not a great return by Chuck. You know, just a looping shot into the middle of the court, maybe even like less than middle. Tom hits a... Nah, Tom just messed that one up. That's just an unforced error. Okay, and we have a side out. No stretching going on. All right, good serve. Ravi with the backhand. Okay, Will looks like he's in for a drive here. And unforced error, just unforced error with the drive. All right, let's go. See, Chuck should be serving next. Come on, computer. All right, should be 0-2-2. Nice deep serve. That got you know, around here, which is good. And it took Tom, you know, just a little bit of he actually had to step back, which, you know, having hit, you know, now he's got to run up faster. He did get up though, so Chuck hits the third shot drop right to this area, but it's, you know, it's a little looping. It could be maybe a little lower over the net, which would have allowed it to bounce a little lower, but okay. Tom comes back. Nice. Cross court. Chuck comes back across again. Tom just misses the backhand. So it's good. Good play. Fast forward it. So got a point. Okay. Okay, we hit the net. All right, decent serve. Not special. Looks like that ball's out. Okay, that's 2. Easy point. Nothing. I don't think anything caused that to be out. Let's just watch it again. No, it's just a backhand. Okay. Two. Okay. We got decent serve. Goes to the back. Tom hits it in the middle. I think Will hits it with his backhand because he still has the pad on his right hand. He hasn't switched yet. However, again, the whole court is open here. Let's just look at that again. Let's see where this goes. So, you know, yeah. So, okay. Someone has to get it. Okay, so Will's backhand is a drive. And Tom looked like he was going for something and hit it out. That's a nice drive, you know, right to the middle. Caused Tom to be obviously off balance because his foot is up in the air, and that makes sense that it would go right a little bit. Speed this up. Okay. All right. So, oh, that looks a little out. Son of a gun. All right, let's go. All right, Revy's going.
2 serving 3-1.
Okay. Serve. Looks like Tom is getting these balls, even though Well, I mean, I guess anybody could take it. It's right in the middle, and it is Tom's forehand, so that makes sense that Tom would take it. Tom hits the drop. Nice drop. Just, man, that's really good. Just barely over the net. It only bounces to, like, you know, the knee level, which means, you know, it's unattackable. We got a nice you know, kind of kitchen shot by Will here over to this area, which forces, it was kind of behind where Revy was, so it forces Revy to be off balance a little bit. Revy hits it back with a little bit of force. Oh yeah, Will, super smart shot, knowing that, let's just back it up, knowing that Tom here was still out of position from, nah, he wasn't really out of position. He was actually, Tom is doing fine. Revy's over here, so Tom is trying to cover middle. So he's the only spot that like Tom really has is a very narrow strip here. So that's really, I think that's good coverage. So the only open spot is actually a low dink to this area, and Will actually nailed that. Okay, so Will nailed that. Tom is running for it. Tom gets his shot over the net, a little bit high, and Chuck does the right thing, hits it harder, goes to, I'm recording a video. Chuck hits it to, you know, maybe it could have been a little bit more center to the open spot. So here's Chuck. Looks like right now this is the lane that I should be hitting it to. But Chuck didn't see that. So Chuck hit it to Revy. It was still a good shot. Revy is now forced. He's under stress here. Revy then pops it up. But, man, it's a great pop-up because it just barely went over the net. And then Will hits it, and that must have been a dink a little too hard because Tom was able to catch that as a volley. And where we had them out of position, you know, actually that was Revy's. Revy just hit a fantastic shot where I was coming down. Revy hits his backhand, which popped it up, but man, it just barely sailed over. And then Will hit it just a hair too hard on his kitchen shot, which allowed Tom to get a little stress. Tom hits it with some force back to Revy. Nice. Okay, we have a match here. Oh, and then Chuck hits it a little too hard. Back to Revy. Revy takes it on the volley, hits it with some force. Will then is forced to pop that back up. And we got the put away. Amazing point, actually, there. Lots going on. There was, you know, not a ton of errors. It was just, I think Revy hit, Revy just got that team out of a jam with his with Chuck's smash that Revy just popped over. It was really nice. Okay, here we go. Next point. What?